Good morning and welcome to this week's serving of Mickey Waffles, a Disney podcast where we cover everything from parks, movies and merchandise. My name is Sinead.
My name's Kate. Hi guys. Welcome back.
I know, we're finally back. I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's been like a month.
Literally. I was going through and collecting all of the various Guest Star Tuesdays and there was 4.
Wow.
It feels like it's been ages. It has been ages.
It has been because we were doing them every 2 weeks, but then the last one we actually recorded
the week before.
like the week before it was supposed to go out, rather than, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like a 3 week gap instead of like a 2 week gap, but then we also had that time where you just couldn't record again for a full week, and they all just piled on top of each other.
But we're back.
And we're here.
And I have no other work travel planned, and even if I would have been cancelled anyways. So for the foreseeable future, we're here. We're doing it.
Yep.
Happy days.
As long as the Lewis doesn't break, I'm all G.
Hey. So how have you been, Kate?
I'm pretty good.
You dyed your hair pink.
Dyed my hair pink. Finished all my driving lessons. Done loads.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Life's just moving on.
Nice.
Yeah.
As it does.
Yeah, you know. Well, sometimes life gets stuck.
Well, this is true.
How are you?
Grand. I've, as I said, finally finished doing travel for work. In the space of time that we've not been recording, I've been to London twice and also Norway for a week.
Yeah, how was that?
So it was fine. It was lovely.
You really liked Norway, didn't you?
I did. The only issue is the only vegetarian options they tended to have were either a veggie burger or a margarita pizza. Now don't get me wrong, I enjoy both those options, but when you're there for a full 6 days it gets a little monotonous.
What is?
I don't know, but it does sound totally normal.
Okay.
So
yeah, but I remember that when you landed in Norway, I think you were in Norway no less than like an hour, and you texted me and you were like, I fucking love Norway.
it's
I was like, haven't you just landed? And you were like, yes.
It's just like, I don't know if any of you have been to Norway or if you plan to go to Norway, but it's just so easy to navigate. Like, I was off my plane, I got my bag, and I walked over, it was like, trains, and I was like, I need to get a train, so I'm going to go where it says trains. There was a lovely lady standing there, and I was like, this is where I need to go to. She was like, oh yeah. She was like, now I'm with the express train, which is more expensive, or there's the regional train. I can bring you over to the regional train if you would like, or you can get the express train. And I was like, I'm not paying for it, book me a ticket. So she took my phone, she looked at where I was going, she did the whole thing for me. All I had to do was boop my card. Mm-hmm. So clearly it was under €30 because otherwise I wouldn't have booped. Mm-hmm. So that was fine. And then I was going to get on my train. Fun fact, kids don't pay for trains in Norway, or at least didn't even pay for the express train. So there was like a little like troll bridge for them to go under. And it was just the cutest thing, because it was just like all the like entrances for like adults to scan their tickets, and then just a little troll bridge for kids to go under.
Wow.
And it was just too cute.
That's adorable.
And there were so many doggos, and I saw no snow.
Is that good or bad?
I really wanted to see, like, I was in Norway.
Oh, okay.
At the end of February, and I was like, oh yes, no. Like, it was minus like 11.
You were in Frozen Land.
I saw nothing frozen though.
Oh.
Well, actually, no, the only frozen thing I saw was in Amsterdam airport on the way home.
Oh, that's not the same at all.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's nice to know that they haven't like over embraced the movie or anything to be like, hey, this is where Frozen comes from.
No. It was mentioned a couple times with like people's kids who really liked Frozen, and especially when certain people found out that I'd worked for Disney, they were like, oh yeah, Frozen. So
Did you know Norway?
But yeah, it was cool. And then I booked a Disney trip.
Oh,
finally.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Finally. So I'm going at the start of September with Mel. She's going to make me go on Tower of Terror, Kate.
Well, what can I say? It's the best ride there.
She's going to make me... I've told her I will only go on it once.
Once.
That's my limit. So...
You had 1 drop rule.
Yeah, I just hope we don't get whatever one is the scarier one. 2? Did you say 2 is the scarier one?
No, probably. So long ago,
Just...
You can go back and re-listen to that episode.
I should. I really should. I'll go back and like mentally prepare myself and just listen to you nattering on about it. But yeah, she's going to make me go on Tower of Terror. But we got Sequoia Lodge, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, sounds good.
And
you're going for Jungle Book Jive.
Yes.
That's not the season, that's the name of the parade. But you know what I mean.
Lion King and Jungle Festival. Which we will speak a little bit about that during the news. But yeah, I mean, I don't plan on going to the indoor show because I cannot be arsed waiting hours to go see it, because I'm going at a weekend.
Yeah.
And I've never been to Disney at a weekend.
Busy.
And I'm not looking forward to it. So I don't plan on going to that show because I just can't be arsed waiting.
I don't think Mel would.
I'll do the Castle Stage show because that looks really fun.
Oh yeah, but that one's fine to see, like.
with the like little powdery fireworks. And I reached out to Disney. So if you guys remember way back when we stayed in Newport Bay, we had a lot of issues. Go listen to that episode if you want. But as a gesture of goodwill, Disney gave each of us 2 premium meal vouchers that were valid for a year. Now when I'm going is literally exactly 2 weeks out from that year. So I emailed Disney and I was like, oh hey. I was like, this is my reservation number, this is where I'm staying, this is when I'll be there. Is there any chance you'll extend them? And she was like, oh yeah, not a problem. Like, was back to me within an hour and was like, yeah, not a problem. So
That's
I was
great.
Like, sweet.
Where are you guys going?
I don't know. I've promised Breffney that we won't go to Chez Remy because I think he'd be a little bit devastated if we went because he loved Chez Remy.
Right, okay.
So I've told him that I won't go with Mel, but my annual pass expires and I haven't fully decided if I'm going to renew or not. But it expires at the end of February 2020. So we're going to go for...
This February.
2021. Sorry.
Right. I was like, what? I was like, that's gone, Sinead. We're in
No.
March.
2021. So we're going to go for Breffney's birthday next year.
Next year.
And we'll do Chez Remy then.
That sounds good.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm like, do I want to do a character meal? Do I want to do California Grill?
I do say...
Will
like,
Waltz be open?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I know I talked about the last time we went, the only time we went. California Grill was bloody amazing.
Yeah.
But I can't stand for their vegetarian options. I feel like how
Yeah.
tasty they are. I'm gonna assume they're quite good because everything that we saw come out was fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe that's one of those things you just gotta sort of googly goog and
Yeah.
try and find some videos on.
There is a part of me that is vaguely tickled at the thought of Mel at a character meal though.
Yeah, I also wondered that. I was like, are you gonna torture her?
Because like for context, Mel has been one of my best friends for nearly 10 years. It'll be 10 years next year. We worked this out not that long ago. And Mel likes Disney and she likes Disney parks, but to her they're amusement parks. They're not Disney parks, if that makes sense. So I've never seen her encounter a character because when we went to Disneyland we didn't do characters.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really intrigued. Part of me really wants to go get glow-teenies and then go into Inventions
Oh yeah, good.
and be like vaguely buzzed.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll
Very
see.
exciting.
I haven't fully decided yet. She doesn't care either way. She's happy for me to just book whatever. So
Amy.
either way, it's free. So happy days.
Yeah, sounds good. I have no trips booked and will not have any trips booked, but I was really close to booking a trip to Disney World.
Oh.
I was this close to booking a trip for next January because January is like a really cheap time to go.
Yeah.
I assume because of like weather. And I was like, wow, we could go for like under $2,000 each. I was like, absolutely, let's do it.
It's so expensive.
I was like, let's go. Including flights,
Yeah.
but no meal plan. But I don't think we need a meal plan because I don't actually think we need all the food on a meal plan.
I just like the idea of the dining plan. I mean, I've done the dining plan and I like it because your food's paid for before you go.
Yeah, no, fair, yeah.
But I have heard a rumor.
Oh.
Was it on the Theme Park Trader podcast? I think Ryan was saying that it's looking like, so normally if you're booking from the UK and Ireland, most hotels give you a free dining plan, even if it's just free breakfast from
Right.
the values.
Okay, yeah.
Traditionally they've always chucked in a meal plan with it. So if you're staying in a value, you get breakfast. If you're staying in a moderate, you get the quick service dining. And if you stay at a deluxe, you get not the deluxe dining plan because that one's obscene.
No.
That's like a table service for
For
every
every
meal.
night.
It's for every meal, 3 meals a day.
That's too much.
Like no one's gonna eat that
No
much.
one has time for that.
But it's whatever one is in between. I think it's just the regular dining plan. That's not the quick service one. It's the one where you get a table service.
Yeah,
included,
yeah.
if you're staying in a deluxe.
Looks.
But this year they'd kind of scaled it back. I think they thought it was going to be a lot busier because of Galaxy's Edge and everything else opening. But obviously now, especially with coronavirus and Brexit and all this various stuff that is happening, they're not getting a lot of bookings. So it seems that dining plan is potentially on the cards for 2021.
Yeah, because when I went
So
to
maybe.
when I was looking at the prices for Disney World for next year, I just picked the cheapest hotel because I was like, fuck it, I just want to get there. I was like, I don't care where I stay.
Was it sports or music?
It was music. And I was like, I don't care. But there was like no like food options whatsoever.
Yeah.
They were like, you could pay for one. Do you want to add one? And I was like, no, right now, thanks.
Yeah.
The thing that gets me about Disney World is how expensive like the tickets are.
Yeah.
Because Because, like, you don't really realise, like, the majority of your money is being spent on tickets.
Oh, it's extortionate.
It's so crazy.
Although I did see on...
Because we could get the hotel for, like, $800 for, like, 7 nights for the two of us.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not that bad.
I think it was Natasha from Ears Ever After. She was posting about how her annual pass for Walt Disney World runs out soon. And someone straight up asked, well, a lot of people ask for people that go regularly to Walt Disney World from this side of the world, being like, how the hell do you afford to go so often and always stay on site?
Yeah.
And she says she booked her hotel and her tickets through Attraction Tickets Direct, and they got a hotel for like $82 a night.
Wow.
Which is really not bad.
On site.
Yeah.
That's really good.
And I can't remember what hotel they stayed in last time, but I think it was a moderate maybe, which is really not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
So maybe we need to check out there.
Yeah, maybe.
Interesting. I know.
Anywho, I'll get there one day, ladies and gentlemen.
One day.
One day. One day more.
So, with us being away for so long, and I feel like 10 million things have happened.
Yeah, like the one period of time where we just like can't record. Just so much stuff has happened, and we freaked out to each other about it over WhatsApp. And
vaguely put stuff up on the Instagram.
Yeah, like when we had time, it's just like there's just so many emotions to convey that can't always be conveyed through Instagram stories.
Absolutely. So we decided that rather than kind of continue on with our Fantasyland deep dive, that we will pause that for this week and potentially also next week, because next week there may be another Tales of a Disney Cast Member episode coming up, potentially. We shall see. If you have any other questions, let us know on Instagram at MickeyWafflesPod. I nearly said Twitter.
Don't just message us on Twitter. Nobody will get back to you.
I always feel bad.
It's like an empty office room. That's what Twitter is.
Yeah. So, with that in mind, we should probably get on with the news. Hello. Future editing Sinead here. Myself and Kate, for context, recorded this episode on Tuesday. And since then, a lot has happened in the world. So, just to give you a current update as to what is happening with Disney as of Saturday evening when I'm editing this. All of the Walt Disney World parks are closing. So at the minute, all of the parks in Asia are still remaining closed. The Disneyland Resort is currently closed. And Disneyland Paris had originally announced that it was going to close on March 16th. It has actually decided to close ahead of the weekend. So it is not in operation today, Saturday, or tomorrow, Sunday. As for Walt Disney World, that currently is still open but will be closing on Monday. So Monday the 16th of March is a historical day because it's the first time in nearly 65 years that the world does not have a single Disney park open. So weird times. Also, just wanted to mention that Disney Cruise Line has currently suspended pretty much all of their sailings as well. But as for anybody that has a package with any of the Disney parks or anyone that has a package with Disney Cruise Line, they are giving you the opportunity to rebook and go to a different time, or I think they are also giving you the option of getting a refund. I'm not 100% certain on this, so if you are unsure at all, please contact Disney, contact your travel agent, or contact your insurer. But they are giving people the opportunity to rebook again. You won't be completely out of pocket because of this. Just for context, when it comes to definitely Disneyland Paris, because I received an email from them, but I think it is the same for Walt Disney World and also the Disneyland Resort. The length of time that the park is closed for, however many days that ends up being, at the minute they're saying they're closed through to the end of March. That time period will be added to your annual pass. So if you're an annual pass holder, if it ends up being closed for 15 days, you will have 15 additional days added on to your expiry date for your annual pass. It's not something I particularly cared about, if I'm being completely honest. My main focus was that cast were being kept safe, cast were being paid, which we've been told they are being paid. They were my main concerns because I wasn't going to be using my annual pass in that time anyways. So yeah, what I would recommend, keep an eye out on the Disneyland Paris website. As always, keep an eye on DLP Report. They will be giving the most up-to-date information as to what is going on. And yeah, other than that, I will leave in the discussion that me and Kate had, because why not? But that's all from Future Sinead, except for one thing: wash your damn hands.
So, I suppose the first thing that we have to talk about, because we couldn't talk about anything else until we got out of the way, is Covid-19 coronavirus, which is on the move.
Yeah.
Obviously, COVID-19 has made its eventual spread from Wuhan. It has done its rounds in Asia and has now moved on to Europe, and most significantly than all, Italy, who now has a complete shutdown of their entire country.
Yeah.
And obviously what we're here to talk about today is coronavirus in relation to Disney.
Yeah.
So let's take two worlds and smash them together.
Yeah. So as you mentioned, it obviously kind of had its main spread from Asia. So all the Asian parks are still currently closed as of when we're recording this on the 10th of March. It could be different. I think they're looking into it day by day. I think the last thing I saw is that Shanghai is testing phasing opening. So I think their equivalent of Downtown Disney was opening for short periods of time. And I think the Disneyland Hotel over there is starting to take bookings.
Right, okay.
I don't know exactly when the park is going to reopen. They haven't announced that. But I think Tokyo is also due to open soon. Because I think they closed for a couple weeks to do a full deep clean of the park.
I don't think Japan has it as bad as
No, I don't think
does.
either.
I think that's due to just like how hygienic the Japanese are, though, just in general.
Yeah, like
just very good.
I don't think it was necessarily like pressure from the government or anything that made
it was just
Tokyo close. I think they were just like, we gonna close, we gonna clean.
We are Japanese, this is what we do.
Yeah. So at the minute, all 3 Asian parks are closed. I haven't heard anything about Hong Kong Disney other than there's a lot of people saying that it might not potentially reopen at all, which I really hope isn't the case, but we'll see.
Then how will we ever go to all the parks? If they start closing them before we can go to them.
Exactly.
That's what we're taking from this. Clearly the most important issue.
Exactly.
But yeah, then when you talk about stuff being a little bit closer to home, there's obviously been a lot of talk about Disneyland Paris due to it being so close in vicinity to Italy and other European countries. So the biggest change that we've seen was actually today. Yeah. When they closed the Princess Pavilion, and they also removed all the princesses from Auberge, and they also did not have any face characters meeting throughout the park. Yeah, and they've announced that that will be the case kind of until further notice, basically. Yeah, which you can't be mad at it. Like, I know people are mad at it, but you can't be mad at it. Like, you don't want to put cast member, you don't put anyone at risk. Like, no. You don't want it to be like, because obviously if you meet a face character, you want to hug them because that's what you do. You hug them and you want, like, I don't know, if it's a prince, you like shake their hand or something like that. Yeah. And you just don't want the risk of that close contact with something like COVID-19 on the rise. Absolutely. There's also it meeting so they've all of the fur characters out. Any fur, like nearly any fur character they have, they're putting out. Yeah. So in Auberge this morning, it was the Rat Pack. It was all the mice. I have to read out a tweet that I sent to Kate earlier. Where on earth is it? So because the princesses were not available to be in Auberge today, they swapped out some of the princesses for some more well-known characters. Yeah, so I think it was in reply to an ED92 tweet where they were mentioning that the princesses have been taken out of Auberge de Cedrillon, and somebody with the username _Megan Whittick _ said, aren't the princesses the whole point of Auberge? Like what? ... Who's going to pay almost €80 per person for essentially a collection of mice? And I don't know why that has tickled me so much, but it really has. Yeah, so they had Susie, Perla, Mickey and Minnie. Like, it was literally just the mice. So yeah, they did their best to react as quickly as they could. Due to the fact that Minnie then had to be in Auberge, it meant that Cowboy Minnie wasn't available to meet in Frontierland. So they brought out Jessie instead. Yeah. And they were apparently extremely apologetic. The lovely Samantha, she was there this morning and she said that there was a manager out that went around to every guest and apologised profusely. So it's nice. I mean, DLP doesn't do stuff like that. No, BLP aren't nice like that. BLP? DLP aren't like... They don't generally care about stuff like that. They don't really know what manners are, like...
So the fact that there was actually a manager on site to address guests, because obviously people know that that's where Minnie meets. People were already queuing there, and then all of a sudden Jessie comes out instead. So
yeah, especially since she's like a relatively new character, and it just came from nowhere as well. It was just like one morning it was like, wow, Cowboy Minnie, boom, cool.
Come on to her later. I have thoughts about her outfit.
Yeah, and then there's a couple of other things they've done as well. They have stopped the pre-show for the Billy Bob animal cruelty show thing that they do.
Yeah.
They've also closed the dance boogie stage that they do in that club.
Yeah. Mickey and the Magician is now limited to 900 guests to stay in line with the French government guidelines.
Oh yes, because the French government have banned any public gatherings over 1,000 people.
Yeah. All single rider queues are closed. I've no idea why, but apparently that's the case. Attractions, air conditioning is now pulling fresh air in consistently into inside queues, and they're using disposable cutlery at all buffets, which will kill the environment, but will save the people.
Yeah, it's really something completely off topic from Disney, but extremely interesting just to do with COVID-19. And it's the only non-Disney thing I'll talk about, is purely because of the whole environmental thing. Is that Starbucks and I think pretty much all other coffee chains have stopped accepting reusable cups for sanitary reasons. And it's extremely interesting to see that when something like this happens, people have to decide
where
the line is, because Starbucks have a sign up that's like, due to health and safety, blah, blah, we will temporarily be stopping the taking of like reusable cups. But then at the bottom, it's like our stance on sustainability has not changed.
Yeah.
And that sort of stuff. And there's a Irish-owned coffee shop down in Killiney. They're called Hatch. They're great. They do like the best coffee. And they have because they've stopped taking reusable cups as well. And they are so sustainable. They're like reusable cups all the way. They've stopped taking them for sanitary reasons, but they've specially bought compostable everything.
Okay.
So they've got compostable cups, lids, cutlery, everything. But they've also not like let their like customer service down. So they always fill up everybody's water bottles, because they're just like, yeah, you need water? Here's water.
Yeah.
So they've put out a massive big one of those. What are those things? Do you have a massive big jug, but you can just like turn the tap and like fill it up yourself?
Yeah.
One of those things. Because they're not using glasses or mugs or anything like that anymore, and they're just like, bring your water bottle and fill up your own water. And I thought that was a really good, like obviously it's a lot easier they only have one shop, so it's a lot easier for them to come back to it, but it's really interesting to see like when something like this happens, like a massive chain like Starbucks having to completely drop their stance on their environmental sustainability to be like, no though. But on the other side of that, do you know Robin? No, you never worked with Robin in the Disney store. A girl called Robin who I used to work with in Disney, she said that it was like the first day that they'd done it, and she was putting up on her Instagram stories, and she went and they wouldn't take her cup, but she was like, the staff member, she paid for her coffee in like change, and so the staff member took her change, counted it, put it in the till, and then proceeded to make her coffee without washing her hands.
Yeah. And
she was like, I don't understand. It's then just interesting to be like, it's really easy to say stop taking reusable mugs, but also the whole change thing. It's just all very, it's interesting, and it's mad. It's all just mad.
Like me and Breffney were going to get coffee on Sunday, and I always bring my keep cup with me, and then we went into Starbucks, they had the sign, and I didn't think of it at the time. But a way around it, I suppose, would just be ask for it in a staying in Starbucks mug and then just transfer it into your other one and give them that mug back. I don't see how that is necessarily any different, but it could be a workaround. If you're like adamant that you don't want to use disposable cups, I totally get it. I didn't think about it at the time, and I easily could have asked for it in a drink it there mug, but ceramic mug, drink it there mug.
A drink it there mug. That's what they should call them. Would you like to take away, or in a drink it here mug?
Good grief.
I suppose the only reason they're not taking them is because they put your cup in. Yeah. Underneath where the stuff comes. But then I've seen a lot of coffee places who aren't using their sit down cups. They're only using their disposable ones.
Oh, interesting.
So
I don't know.
No, but fair. Like it's all so interesting. Everything's so interesting. So I think that's all we have to say about COVID-19. So far in the Americas, they've not really done that much. Yeah.
One thing just to note for Disney Cruise Line, because obviously the big things that everybody is
it's at sea, don't you talk about it.
the main thing that people are apprehensive about is air travel, and then also cruises, because there's been many cruises that have then ended up quarantined just out at sea because they won't let people get off the boat.
It's not funny, but in my head that's just so funny.
Like,
just ships stay there.
Yeah. But anyways, so what Disney Cruise Line have done at the minute, so if you have a cruise between now, and I will just say we are not experts about this, if you want more details on it, I would recommend going over to the Diz. They know Disney Cruise Line far better than we ever will. But if you have a cruise between now, and I think it's through the end of May at the minute, they could extend that afterwards, I don't know, and you can cancel up to 24 hours before your disembarkation.
No,
Embarkation, my bad. So 24 hours before you go on your cruise, you can cancel, and you can get 100% of the cost of your cruise, and then you have that available as long as you book a cruise within the next 12 months.
Yeah.
So you're not fully losing out on your money. You can rebook onto another cruise within the next 12 months with your full 100% that you've paid for your cruise, which is really good guest service, I have to say.
Yeah, it's really good on behalf of Disney. Just what you genuinely expect from something like this, especially to do with the cruise.
Yeah.
Because there's no getting away from a cruise.
Yeah.
You're in the sea.
And then I suppose the last thing, well, two things to note for Disneyland Paris. One, there was an article doing the rounds on Monday, basically, that was like, Disneyland cast member has confirmed to have the coronavirus, blah, blah, blah. Apparently, the actual, factual story is that this particular cast member was, again, this is all allegedly, I don't know this person, so I can't tell you 100%. But apparently they were on annual leave, so they weren't actually currently working in Disney when it was confirmed that they had the coronavirus. So everyone that was panicking about it, you're all G. It's fine.
Just such unbelievable scaremongering, because you can't issue a headline like that and not be like, where he worked, what time he worked, whereabouts he worked. It's just nonsense, because I was like, I wouldn't, because let's just say if I'd have read that article and I had a trip booked for the next day, I wouldn't, you would have been really hesitant to go, because you would have been like, what do you mean you're still open?
Big
but
time.
he was living in the bloody park.
Yeah. Ridiculous. And then, as we mentioned, so the Princess Pavilion is closed, princesses have been removed from Auberge, and all face characters are not available for meet and greets. What Disney have done to compensate for the fact that the princesses are nowhere in the park is that they have added a cavalcade. So, from what I've seen online, it starts from Town Square, and then it does a loop of Central Plaza down by the castle, and then goes back up Main Street.
Right, okay.
And it's on the old float from Princess and Pirates. 6 princesses come out. At the minute, from what I've seen, it was Merida, I don't know if Moana was on it, Tiana was on it,
Rapunzel?
Belle, Rapunzel,
Snow White,
and I think Ariel.
Yeah, maybe.
I could be wrong. They'll probably change it given what princesses are available on what days and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's definitely
subject to availability.
Yeah, roster wise, it's probably just the princesses that are meant to be in Auberge and the pavilion. Just instead of them being there, they're just on the streets.
Yeah. So from what I've seen online, and again, this is probably going to be continuously subject to change. It's at 11:30, 12:30, and I think someone said 4:30. So.
And then I think it changed to 11:35, 12:35.
Yeah.
And something 45. 3:45. Yeah.
Keep an eye on DLP report. They'll keep you up to date. They usually have the most kind of frequent updates. And again, I always recommend, if you're going to the park and if you want real-time updates, follow them on Twitter, set up Twitter notifications. You won't regret it.
To be honest, the last thing I'll say about COVID-19 is that what everyone's saying is that it's an extremely fluid situation.
Yeah. And
things are changing literally every hour. So everything we've just said might be completely irrelevant by Saturday. So don't add us.
No, absolutely not. And again, the whole main thing is to wash your damn hands.
Wash your hands.
So
just wash your hands.
I will say, and everyone's coming up with different songs that you can sing to make sure that you are washing your hands. I like
that people are taking a bit of a lightheartedness to it.
So, for context, if you started to sing Let It Go, you would get right to the second set of Let It Go's, and then you don't wash your hands.
Wow, that's really quick.
Yeah. So we'll share this on our Instagram feed. But the lovely girls from Chat Disney came up with this, and I greatly appreciate having a Disney version of it. Yeah, and no joke, if none of you have yet, watch the WHO video on how to wash your hands. It's 20 seconds. Yeah. It's actually extremely therapeutic to wash your hands exactly how the WHO wants you to. Yeah. It's great. And that's it for COVID-19. Stop buying toilet roll, and we move on. Well, stop buying excessive toilet
Oh
roll.
yeah, no, keep buying toilet roll.
Still buy your toilet roll.
But don't buy enough to
Don't-
last you 3 years.
Don't be nasty.
Just stop buying it.
Wipe your butts.
Bidets for days.
Days for days. Good grief.
Anywho, moving on. Let's move on to pins. Woohoo! So we have the March pins. Considering, all things considered, that DLP will still be open in March.
Oh god.
So we start with
Again, sorry, before we get into the
sorry.
details, there's not a lot of them.
not a lot of what? Oh, pins. Oh.
There's not a lot of variety, shall we say?
Yeah, it's a lot of the same but different.
Yeah.
So we start with Saturday the 7th of March. We have a lovely little, I want to call them companions. A companion thing almost.
Yeah?
Companions / animals. And they all have flowers. It's weird. They look like, do you remember that special designer one they had with all the flowers a couple of months ago?
Yeah.
It's like them, but like not them.
Mm.
Anywho, so we start with a little card holder of Tick and Tack or Chip and Dale for $5.99. That's one of the long ones with the zip. So the long ones are quite good, we find that.
Yeah.
Then you've got Bambi and Pumpa or Thumper. Real cute. They're booping noses.
It's very cute.
It's adorable. That's $7.99. Then you've got Raja with flowers. He's looking very proper.
He is.
He's
Very
like,
regal.
I'll tell you. $7.99. Then you've got Simba with the flower around his head. $7.99.
I think they're all $7.99.
Well, I've done 3 out of that. I've done 3 of them. They're all $7.99. You've got Mushu with a flower. Just literally, the flower is flipping huge.
Yeah, it's massive.
Then you've got Cheshire Cat looking cheesy with a bunch of flowers behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got Pua.
Pua's real cute.
Pua's so cute. And Pua's flowers match the inside of his ears.
Oh, yeah.
Real cute. And then you have good old Pascal on Rapunzel's flower. They're like the flower of power that's in the movie.
You don't even know what it's called?
It doesn't have a name.
Oh, I thought it had a name.
No, it's just like the flower.
Oh.
It's just like, and Mother Gothel stole the flower.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I thought it had a special name.
No, I don't know.
You learn something new every day.
Then we move on to the 14th of March, which is a Saturday as well. They're all Saturdays. Oh, cool. So we move on to 14th of March, and here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It's St. Patrick's Day!
Away we go. And 3, clap.
Nothing says St. Patrick's like chipmunks.
It's because they're small.
Oh my gosh. So you have, is that Chip? Yes, you've got Chip on a pot of gold that I think says St. Patrick on it.
Yeah.
Which is $15.99. Oh, by the way, these are all limited edition to 700 and you have to get them via Line Bertie, because obviously. Then there's a Clarice that is on a still stand that says Day, because why would they sell them together? It literally just says Day, so you have to buy both. Imagine just buying a pin of Clarice that just says Day.
I mean, she's pretty fab.
Oh yeah, she's got a rainbow behind her. She's one lucky gal. She's also $15.99.
Like, if you took off these 4-leaf clovers, not shamrocks, 4-leaf clovers.
Yeah.
If you took the clovers off, like, that could easily be a pride pin.
Oh, absolutely. Pride Day.
She's just being the ultimate queen.
And then you've got Dale in front of a 4-leaf clover that says 2020, and he's also dressed up like a little Diddy Eye, and they're all $15.99. It's to 700. Then if we go to Saturday the 21st of March, we've got Marvel Season of Superheroes. Who remembered that was a thing? Not me. So they're pretty damn basic. They're nothing really exciting.
Although Spider-Man has a really small chin.
Yeah, he's a bit out of proportion, isn't he?
Yeah.
So it's an Iron Man and a Spider-Man. They're about $7.99 each. I do enjoy that they're called Pin Sosh.
Oh.
Pin Sosh Iron Man, Pin Sosh Spider-Man.
That's strange.
I wonder what Sosh means. Oh,
No idea.
season.
Ah, there you go.
Is it season of something?
I don't know.
Season of superheroes.
Ah, there you go.
I'm so smart.
Sosh.
Le Sosh. Hi, I'm here for Sosh. Where's Iron Man? So there are those 2 pins. They're nothing amazingly special. Then on Saturday the 28th of March, we have a pretty cute collection. Oh!
You skipped Maleficent.
Yeah, I did. Sorry. I didn't realise because she was a line birdie. I thought she was a different day.
She's gonna curse you.
Let me go back. There is a Line Birdie exclusive pin for Maleficent, which says print on 2020. I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Anywho, she looks badass, to be honest.
She does. She has her briars. Oh, it's so pretty.
It's probably a really heavy pin as well. Anyway, she's in 700 and she's also $15.99.
Yes.
Then rewind and go back to the 28th of March, where we have a pretty damn cute collection of animator pins.
Yeah.
They did already release a set of animator pins in the Disney stores that were blind bags.
Oh, okay.
So I find it interesting that they've also done them in the park. Anywho, they are all $7.99, so let's just run through them quite quickly. We've got Snow White with a
Deer.
I was like, with a Bambi.
Just a deer.
I was like, what's that animal called? Got Snow White. Then we have Aurora with a bucket. Belle with some books. Cinderella with this huge slipper.
Yeah, it's like she robbed her ma's glass slipper.
Yeah, it's massive. And some birds on her hand. You've got Rapunzel painting the sun or a flower. They're both the same thing in that movie. You've got
With
Ariel.
the little Pascal.
Oh yes. He's like,
Look at him poking out behind her hair.
he's like,
I'm here too.
Then you've got Ariel with Flounder, and Ariel looks very shell shocked. Get it? Shell
She does.
shocked. Ariel.
She shook.
Then you've got Tink looking all sassy with the big dandelion or clochette. I do love clochette. I think it's a great.
Yeah.
And then you've got Alice with the little kitty.
Do you remember what our kitty's called?
No, am I supposed to?
We had it in a pub quiz once.
Oh.
I think it's Darla or something like that.
Let's leave it in the air.
Yeah.
And
If I'm wrong, please tell me.
Then there's also an animator's lanyard, which is actually pretty cute.
That's really cute.
Is $9.99, and then there is a
Oh, it has Merida on it. You can just about see her. Sorry.
Oh yeah, she's at the top. I see too. And then you've got the limited edition Limebury Carousel Princess Pin, and it is Pocahontas on what is essentially Maximus.
Pocahontas just doesn't suit this pin setup.
But Pocahontas was on horses in her movie.
Yeah.
Why have they put her on this kind of horse?
I don't know. It looks really tacky.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't
she's limited to $759.99. That's it. And they don't do the pin training events anymore, so there's nothing on that.
Well,
And that's everything for the pins.
we tried. So, we have another update about the Disneyland Paris Railroad.
The saga. I wish we had have started some sort of like music.
Paddy
for
Power
this.
definitely would have given us the bet for this.
Oh yeah, they would. Paddy Power would take a bet for anything.
I know. So, the Disneyland Paris Railroad is getting pushed back again. Is anyone shocked? No, I don't think we are. So, it is now due to reopen on June 20th, which is the same day the Lion King and Jungle Festival starts. Do we think it'll actually happen? Nah, I don't think so. I'll believe it when I see
I
it.
don't think it's ever going to open. I think they've sold that train.
When I sent this screenshot to Kate, I mentioned to Breffney that it was closed, and he was like, "When was it last open?" And I was like, "When we were there." And he was like, "What?" So it's not been open since 2018.
Like
Horrific.
that's
Horrific.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
In
Madness.
my head, we're nearly halfway through 2020.
Absolute madness. But anyways.
Moving on to something else that's mad. That was a bad one, sorry. The Lion King and the Jungle Signature Pack is back this year for the Lion King and Jungle Festival. So you can like have this as a little add-on when you go. So it is available from June 20th to September 11th. And it is €99 per person.
If it's the same as last year, I think if you're booking it, everybody in your room has to have it. And you can only book it if you're staying in a Disney hotel. I did watch a video though about it. If you are considering it, I'm not going to do it when I'm there because I don't care enough about the festival. But on YouTube, Caffeine and Pixie Dust did it last year, and she's done like a full in-depth review about it and a comparison because they've changed the package slightly.
Right.
So you used to get like a drumming lesson, which they're not doing this year, but they have increased the value of the voucher that you get. I don't know.
Yeah, so just give a quick rundown of what's in it this year.
Yeah.
So the people know.
Go for it.
You get reserved seating at Rhythms of the Pride Lands, which is the show that Sinead was talking about, said she's not going to go to. You also get Jungle Book Jive mini meet. You get lunch with Mickey and Rafiki at Hakuna Matata. You get a souvenir mug and a special drink. And you also get a €20 gift card.
Happy days.
Yep. This package can be added to a new or existing booking starting March 17th.
Happy days. But yeah, I mean, we've not done this, so we can only talk about it. But if you want to know more, I would recommend checking out Caffeine and Pixie Dust's video. Because she went fully in depth about it. And she has actual experience of it. But anyways, so other signature things that Disney have decided to bring out. So DLP are now offering Mickey's Gift Signature Experience for €99 and Mickey's Ultimate Gift Signature Experience. These are really clunky names, and that second one is €299. Bookings start from February 27th for arrivals between the 3rd of April 2020 and the 31st of March 2021. Shall I tell you what's in it?
Yes.
So on the cheaper package, you get reserved seating for Stars on Parade. And in the deluxe package, you get Stars on Parade and Illuminations. So you get Infinity Pass holder benefits.
We've done both of those things.
Right?
We can comment on those ones.
Yes. So next up, you get on the basic pack. I'm saying basic. It's not basic. It's still an additional €99. But it's just I'm calling them basic and deluxe because I can't remember their actual names. So in the basic, you get a special celebration dessert, a special cocktail in buffet restaurants of your choice. And it says among a list, so you can pick from a specific list of restaurants. In the deluxe one, you get a special celebration dessert, a special cocktail, and then in any restaurant of your choice, including Disney character meals. So I'm assuming the basic one, you ain't going to a character meal.
Yeah.
You're going to just the buffets that aren't character ones, which, why would you do that?
Ew.
In this next one, I find hilarious. So in the basic one, you get a €15 gift card, and they're showing that you can buy Anne Mickey plush.
Oh my god.
Right? And then, but with the deluxe one, you get a €25 gift card, and they're expecting with that €25 gift card that you can still get the same Mickey plush, a pen, an autograph book, a pair of ears, and a lanyard. Something's missing here, Kate. Someone's done their maths real wrong.
I don't know where they're buying all this stuff for a tenner. Because it's not the Disneyland Paris I've gone to.
I was looking at it and I was like, there is something wrong here.
I wonder, because in my head I was like, oh, maybe the one on the left's like a medium-sized plush and the one on the right is a beanie. But that doesn't make sense because you can't buy medium-sized plush for €15. Beanies are €15.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Also, why do you only get €25 gift card?
With the $299 one.
I expect at least £50 like.
Well, we'll get to it in a minute. So with both of them, you get with both of them you get Photo Pass for the day. And then with the deluxe one, you get the ultimate Fast Pass unlimited. That's why it's so much more expensive.
Right.
So you get, for any rides that have Fast Pass, you can go on any of them as many times as you want.
Indeed.
For an additional €300. Including, so you get Fast Pass for the day.
Yeah.
Unlimited, you get Photo Pass for the day.
Yeah.
Unlimited Fast Passes. Yeah. You get reserved viewing for the parade and the fireworks, so you don't have to queue for those. You get a character meal, and you get a dessert and a cocktail, and €25.
Does that sound worth it to you?
When you add it up, if you were planning on doing all those things individually,
I think they should have offered one without the Fast Pass.
Like something in between.
Yeah.
Like a moderate.
Yes, like a basic, moderate, and deluxe. Wow, it's like Disney already coined those terms. Yeah, I feel like there should be one that doesn't have the Fast Pass in it, because Disneyland Paris, like, if you know how to do Disneyland Paris, it's really easy to do it without that Fast Pass thing.
Yeah.
Even on busy days.
Yeah.
You just gotta be mindful of what you're doing, especially if you're already staying in a Disney hotel, because you get extra badge crime. So I feel like they kind of put themselves down, because the Fast Pass, that unlimited Fast Pass is €120 in non-peak times and 150 in peak times. So that's what.
So are you getting €150 worth
of other
stuff? If you're assuming that you would only book this in peak times, realistically, are you getting €150 worth with everything else?
So you've got 150, then minus 25 for the gift card. That's 125.
Yeah.
Then,
character meal is usually around anywhere between 60 and 80, so we'll pick 70.
Yeah.
So that's
80, 91. So you're back to €55.
Yeah.
Then €55, and then you get photo pass for the day.
You get a cocktail.
Yeah. So what we'll call photo pass a tenner for the day.
Yeah.
Because it's so expensive.
I'd say it's more than a tenner.
Just for the day.
Well, it's $79.99 regardless of how long you use it.
Yeah, but you only get this for the day, I presume.
True. How much money are we putting on the viewing areas? Not having to queue for those.
Like an hour of your time? I don't know, like €15 per hour, I'd say.
Okay.
So what's that, 30? And then, I guess. Yeah. And a cocktail, because cocktails are really fucking expensive.
And a special dessert.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose, so I really do think, because there you go, right? So if you offered a package for 150 and gave everything except the Fast Pass, you kind of be like, oh, treat myself.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't have an annual pass.
I mean, I think the best use of this, if you are, especially maybe kind of coming from the States, and you don't know how DLP works, because DLP is very different to the American parks.
It's complicated, to be honest.
And if you are going and visiting Paris, or you're visiting a couple places in Europe, or whatever it might be, potentially not, this is probably an odd topic to have after the COVID-19 chat, but anyways, and you are only dedicating a day to Disneyland Paris, I mean, if you're a couple, £300 each, you get to do absolutely everything. You get to do a character meal, you get to see the fireworks from a great vantage point, you get to see the parade from a great vantage point, all your photos. I mean, if you had the money, why not do it?
Yeah.
I probably never will. I definitely never will.
Well, we don't need to. That's the thing.
True.
I don't think we're the target market for this.
No.
We're definitely not the target market for this.
Yeah, interesting.
Something else interesting.
Oh God.
Is Electroland, which baffles me every time we talk about the fact that Disneyland Paris has Electroland. The MCs for Electroland 2020 from July 3rd to 5th at Walt Disney Studios Parks are characters.
Yeah, so it's villains themed this year.
Which is cute, makes sense. So July 3rd is Ursula, July 4th is Hades, July 5th is Evil Queen, all under the watch of Dr. Facilier.
Yeah, so I think they're having it that the whole event is hosted by Dr. Facilier.
Yeah, because he's the man.
I mean, Paris has a great Facilier. He's fab. I love him.
And then the actual DJ lineup will be revealed very soon.
Yes.
Sorry, Sinead's passed me her phone because I have two phones, but I don't need this one. So the pricing for 2020 Electroland parties, keep that in, it's funny. So same dates from July 3rd to 5th. So it is €89 for the night for a regular ticket, or €119 with entry from 4 p.m. What's the difference between a regular and 4 p.m. ticket?
I think you only get to go to the event if you go in at 89.
Oh.
Whereas you get a little bit part-time.
Gotcha. Tickets are on sale by a third-party provider.
Ugh.
And soon on the Disneyland Paris website and for APs.
Beautiful. I think there's
Why would you sell via third party?
I don't know.
Disneyland Paris is so weird.
Yeah, I've no idea. I also don't think there are like package tickets. I don't think you can buy like a 3-day ticket. I think you have to buy individual tickets.
Well, let's see how close it gets with Covid-19. Let's see how well they sell. Moving on.
So DLP got some new tickets. They finally went through all of the Mickey 90 tickets. It's about goddamn time. And now they have some brand new ticket designs, and it kind of covers all bases.
You got all your franchises, I believe.
You got your classics, you got your princesses, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars. So for your classics, you got lovely old Mickey Mouse on a yellow ticket. For your princesses, you got Elsa on a blue ticket. How many rows is that going to cause in families? Who bloody knows? You have Woody on a green ticket, you have Spider-Man on a blue ticket, and you have the lovely Darth Vader on a red ticket.
Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds me of the Disney Plus feel.
Oh yeah, it has a similar vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can get those if you are getting tickets from the ticket booth, or if you're getting the friends and family tickets from the ticket booth, you can get those now.
Tell you what's not happening now.
Oh?
There has been an updated release for the corrected time of refurbishment for the Disneyland Hotel.
Ooh.
Information has just been corrected to reflect a delay. The property will not be closing in 2021, but no new date has been released.
Do you think DLP were like, will we actually get this done in a year? Do we want our main hotel closed for our next big birthday?
Yeah.
I still don't understand. So they're refurbing Sequoia Lodge, but they're only refurbing the outside.
Yeah,
and I have no idea why.
And also, unless you've talked about it, no. They're refurbing the castle in Disney World.
Yeah.
But not ours.
Yeah.
Ours is literally falling down.
I'm hoping that once, because I don't think there's a whole lot to do on Cinderella Castle.
No, she just needs beautifying.
Yeah.
It's like her one,
it's just paint job.
Cinderella's castle is beautification. Sleeping Beauty's castle in Disneyland Paris is like heavy duty work.
I'm hoping they have planned to do it before the 30th.
Yeah, I hope so.
She deserves a nice castle for her hopefully new castle show. Also, total sidetrack to everything. This past weekend they were running for, is it St. David's Day? Is that the Welsh thing?
Yeah.
They had a St. David's Day pre-show for the fireworks.
Yeah.
But more importantly, for International Women's Day, they actually did a few cute little things. They changed the Mickey planter out in front of the Disneyland Hotel to be Minnie, and it was all pink, and it was adorable. They were handing out International Women's Day badges with Anna and Elsa on them, in line with the season. And then they did a pre-show all about Disney's famous heroines, and it was like loads of different characters. It wasn't just the princesses or anything like that. Like, I saw Honey Lemon on it, and I think I saw Meg on it at one stage as well. It was so much better than Illumination.
Wow.
So much better than Illumination.
And that's saying something. I really have to say with Disneyland Paris, it's really weird. Like, how do they manage to do International Women's Day so well, and it's not even a thing they really do?
Yeah.
But they can't do their own bloody seasons.
Yeah, I don't know.
Frozen.
Someone asked a question about that, so we'll get on to that later. But anyways. So one thing that they have done, which is great improvement, is the Lake Disney waterfront finally has a bloody fence around it. So I can stop getting the heebie-jeebies that a child is just going to plop on in.
It's like, they're just crazy. People are so crazy.
after a whopping 27 years of it not having it, it finally has a railing, so it's finally safe for children to run around.
Something really fun. They're basically just ripping up the floor and replacing it in certain parts of the park. Heard on the grapevine, it's happening. They're just doing a little bit of refurb. I wonder, is it just like sort of like the start of refurb? Are they just kind of like being like, this is a bit shabby now.
Yeah.
We'll just redo this and see how it goes.
Hopefully. Trying to get as much stuff in before cuts start coming. But anyway. We've had some new character outfits and some new characters. So Phantom Mickey is now gone from beside Phantom Manor, which makes me real sad. However, they're calling him Bat Stitch. I'm going Vampire Stitch.
Vampire. Yeah, I call
But
him
they
Vampire
have
too.
little Vampire Stitch in the cutest little outfit. So he's over by Phantom Manor. You do need a line birdie reservation to meet him. Again, I think it's because it's an area that
you can't have a long
it
queue.
doesn't have capacity for a big queue, so it makes sense. But there's also Cowgirl Minnie over in Frontierland in her McDonald's costume.
She looks great. She was such a random character to come out. I literally was on Instagram one day and people were like, boom, Cowboy Minnie's hit the scene. I was like, what? And here she is.
You cannot tell me that doesn't look like a Happy Meal toy outfit.
Oh no, she looks like Ronald McDonald, but as a cowgirl.
It's fab, but it's so ridiculous.
Like, she's great. Her smile is so big. It's just, she's like here for it.
Her skirt is massive.
Yeah, and her little boots.
It's adorable. It's gas, but it's absolutely adorable.
I'm a big fan.
I can't.
Yeah, and another bit of refurb that's going on is the Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast refurbishment includes the following: show building waterproofing.
Lads.
Come on, like, why isn't your show building waterproof?
Oh, Lord.
A new marquee design. They're switching to LED lighting. They have a complete repaint of the inside, and they're getting new targets. And it's planned to reopen August 1st.
New targets?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's very exciting.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And last but not least, for Disneyland Paris specific news, the Disneyland Paris official website now uses the Disney account login platform. Whilst this does not change much for now, it will allow for better integration with all other Disney online services in the future, as the tweet from DLP Report goes. This basically means that if you have an account for the Disney Store or for any of the other Disney resorts, mainly Land and World, you can now kind of single sign into everything, so all of your Disney information is connected. It's great for Disney's point of view because they can track where you're spending money. End of.
Yeah, where you going, where you staying, what you buying.
Exactly.
How often do you buy it?
Exactly. What do we hope this brings? A wave on your annual pass, being able to book annual pass rooms online. K-Tanks, bye.
Liffin.
Liffin.
Yeah. Now moving stateside. Everybody ready for news that was just big as coronavirus?
And feels just the same.
So, Bob Iger
Yes.
has stepped down as CEO.
Yeah.
And in his place, the oh so gracious
Ugh.
Bob Chapek, ladies and gentlemen. So Bob Iger stepped down, and he will still have like a position within the company, because we'll talk about it later on, because we'll talk about Disney Plus. So, but he's still like finishing off a couple of things before he scoots off into his merry little sunset. But we now have to accept our great overlord Bob Chapek as CEO of the Walt Disney Company.
God help us all.
A moment of silence for the parks that will just break down.
Yeah. The only plus side, so I watched again, mentioning the Diz again, I watched the Diz's weekly episode that they do about Disney World, and obviously Chapek was quite a big topic. Much like most Disney fans, they're not a fan of Chapek and all the kind of changes and cuts and everything that Chapek has brought in since he was in his role of, head of parks, resorts and consumer products.
Yeah.
Why that it was ever all lumped in together, I've no idea. But basically what they said is, no, nobody wants Chapek, but at the minute he has to, because Iger is still the head of the board, and I think any decisions he makes have to be approved by the board, so he doesn't have full control yet.
Okay.
But everyone's just hoping that his old position is going to go to Josh D'Amaro.
Because he's great.
I really hope it goes to Josh D'Amaro.
He's great.
Like, if you don't watch the Diz, I would recommend watching even like the first 10 minutes of that particular episode where they talk about Chapek, because Josh D'Amaro's CV within Disney is insane. He was basically given Adventures by Disney and was like, you have 12 months to fix this or this is going down.
Wow.
ABD. And we were only looking at ABVs earlier and how extortionately expensive they are. But
And how successful they are.
And how we want to go on them. But he's done everything. He's been involved with the cruise line. He's been involved with ABD. He has done amazing work with the Disneyland Resort. I know the Disneyland APs were devastated to hear that he was moving to Disney World. And Pete, I think, knows Josh quite well and was saying that he was at an event with Josh, and Pete asked what are the main things that you hope to achieve here, and he said the first thing I want to do is to make every cast member feel like they are a part of this and that we care about them and that they want to be here, because he was like, if the cast are invested in what is going on in their day-to-day, then the rest of the park will take care of itself. So his main focus is making cast happy, and I'm just like, what a man.
He knows exactly what to do.
What a man.
As former cast members, that's exactly what we want.
Yeah.
We just want to like our job and feel invested in the company, and you can't do that if you hate your job.
Yeah. So you just need to look at the opening of Rise of the Resistance, the horrific speech that Bob Chapek did at Rise of the Resistance.
And the pitter-patter clap that he received when people came out.
Oh my god.
I'll never forget it.
And then look at Josh D'Amaro's opening for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and it's like chalk and cheese. I'm like, give Josh D'Amaro that previous role. And I think that's why he might have been moved to World, to then move him on to head of Parks and Resorts. And if he does,
so he can just
it'll be a glorious day.
What if he puts Muppets back? What if he just undoes everything that Chapek did?
I don't know if he can quite do that, but he should hopefully be able to.
He should bring back Streamosphere.
Yes.
I can't believe he cut Streamosphere.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, nobody's happy about Chapek even, and Disney stock plummeted when it was announced.
It was hilarious. Not being involved in it in the slightest was the funniest thing to watch. I was like to Ed, I was like, wow, stock's already gone down. He was like, what? I was like, yeah.
Everybody hates them. But one thing that people absolutely do not hate.
Oh no, this is one of the best things that's come out of Disney Park in a long, long time.
So magic happened.
Yes, it did!
Magic was made for. Come on, let's light up the sky now. You feel the magic happening right now.
I'm gonna play the whole song under all of this because it's just amazing. So, magic happens. The brand new parade in Disneyland Resort launched 2 weeks ago now, at least.
Yeah, I think so.
Music is by Todrick Hall, who you might know if you watch RuPaul's Drag Race. He is all regularly on as a guest.
He's was also big on YouTube to begin with.
Oh.
He was also in Kinky Boots on Broadway.
Yes.
He's done loads. He's a great man.
And this whole parade
Just screams drag.
It's so drag, but it's so fun.
It's great.
The music is amazing.
The floats are fantastic.
What's your favourite float? You can pick two.
The Moana float.
At night.
Yeah. I want to say Coco.
That Coco float. With the Dante,
But
and it's like regular Dago Dante.
Also just want a quick special mention for Aurora's dress.
Yes.
Because when they said it'll flash between pink and blue,
They weren't lying.
they were not lying.
No.
That is amazing.
No.
It's just so good. And I have to say, the story of the stone float's really good as well.
Really
that
fun.
Merlin is gas. It's like every movie that deserved representation
Yeah.
that hasn't
Yeah.
is in this parade.
Yeah.
Like minus the princess. But you know what I mean? Like it's like all the people who really deserve proper representation in a parade.
Mm-hmm.
And also it was a big FU to the Frozen season in Disneyland Paris with their Frozen float.
Yes.
Like the Frozen float in this parade.
The only thing about the Frozen float that's not better is the Sven.
I do find
DLP
it
has the
interesting
better Sven.
that they didn't just bring the same Sven.
Yeah.
Because they are, like, the floats are based off each other. Like,
They're very similar.
they're very similar. And it's obviously, like, one was obviously based off the other. So why they didn't just bring the Sven over, I don't know, because the Sven's clearly more animated in DLP.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, that float is phenomenal.
And the Kristoff is adorable.
Yeah, and he comes
We love a cute
wheelbarrow,
Kristoff.
and he comes over to all the kids and he gives them hugs and kisses. And because the floats are so huge, I think they move slower than other floats.
Yeah.
So Kristoff is like behind the float and he's got this little wheelbarrow full of ice and wood or whatever he's got. And because they're so much slower, he can have so much more time with guests. And nearly every video I've watched, because I've watched a lot of them, I've watched them from different angles, different times of day, loads. and he's always coming up to little girls, but he's like turning them around to like take pictures with them. And he's like, say cheese!
Yeah, it's so cute.
It's just great.
I think my two favourites are definitely the Coco float. That Coco character that they have at the front is amazing.
It's so good!
Oh, the Hector and Mama Imelda, I love them.
Everything's amazing.
Oh.
And the Dante is
The
fantastic.
Dante is beautiful. And then I think my other favourite float is the Princess and the Frog float.
Oh, that one's really cute too.
Oh my god, it is absolutely breathtaking. It is so freaking pretty. I can't even stand it.
Just the whole parade is just fantastic. The opening, so the opening float, you've
With
got
Mickey?
Mickey, but then you've got the dancers in front of Mickey Mouse, and they've got this amazing choreography routine that Todrick Hall was also involved with.
Definitely.
And it's so good, and their costumes are amazing. They're like so abstract and 3D, but they're so eye-catching, and it's just...
Can we have a special mention for the Hey Hey?
Oh, the the driver in this little motorized bucket.
And all the guys are like, where's the chicken? Where's the chicken? It's my favourite thing.
Yeah, but it's so good. And then we got the Moana float, and then all the
Maui looks a little funny.
yeah, I do have to say that I think they tried their best.
They did. He's
Because-
not an easy
because
character.
but he doesn't look awful, would be
No.
my comment. Is
He just looks a bit daft.
yeah, he doesn't look amazing. I think it's basically Wreck-It Ralph,
Yeah.
but Maui.
Yeah.
But I think it was like, if they didn't do Maui, they probably would have gotten some like
Stick for it. Yeah.
for it. So I think they did pretty well with what they had. And then they also had the dancers who had all like the Kakamoras on the sticks, and I'm like, oh, that's great representation. Like
So good.
other characters that are in it, and it's just so good.
And the Coco dancers, like all the animal dancers, their outfits are beautiful.
how could I forget about the big puppet?
The big puppet is amazing.
I can't remember what the character's called.
Neither can I. Is it? They're like an
They're Ala Libres,
Ala Libres or something
but
like
that
that.
one's called
The
something.
big cat. Oh my god, it's
It's-
amazing.
but it's
Mammy
the-
Imelda's.
Yeah, Mana is Ala Libre. The puppet for that is
It's
just fantastic.
It's mind
It
blowing.
looks like it's actually walking down the street.
Yeah, it's so good.
This parade is just everything.
It is perfection, and it makes me so excited for whatever we get for a 30th anniversary parade in DLP.
Oh, it better be.
Because this will be the first brand new, like, big daytime parade that DLP have had since Disney took them over. Interesting.
Also, Sassy Minnie in this parade. Because,
Oh my God,
because,
living.
because Mickey's on the float by himself, and usually in all fairness in parades they're both on the float together. Because you could cramp Minnie and Daisy. She's just surrounded by the characters. They are
Surrounded
like,
by all the boys.
she's like, work it, work it, work it. It's just fantastic. And like the characters are doing great choreography as well.
Yeah.
That's one thing about the choreography that I noticed is that it works really well with actual dancers. But then the simplified version also works really well with like the fur characters who have limited movement.
Yeah.
It's just,
It's so good.
he's how excited I am for this parade. Like,
It's amazing.
Every time I watch it, I'm like, look at this!
And they do it during the day, and they do it at nighttime. Personally, I think it looks better at the nighttime because there's so many more details and lights and
like
just...
the big LCD screen behind Moana. Like, during the day, you wouldn't know that's a screen.
No.
It's so
It's-
good.
It's... Go watch it.
And then the little flag girls for it must be for Frozen, I think.
Yeah.
And then, like, you're like, wow, all these flags. But then when they put the flags on, you don't even notice.
It's so good.
Oh, what a time.
It's amazing.
What a time.
Good job, Disneyland.
Just go. I suggest you all, if you haven't, go watch it.
And then watch it again.
And watch it. Make sure you watch it during the day and watch it at night.
Yeah.
Something else you should probably go watch if you haven't watched it is a ride through of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. What a difficult
Do you know what I've
attraction
noticed?
name to say.
But you know what I've noticed? It's really funny because I've listened to a lot of UK-based podcasts talk about it, and they cannot say Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in a British accent. They just can't.
Oh, really?
I think it's because, like, with an Irish accent, we do A's quite harsh, so I think that makes Runaway Railway a bit easier.
Uh-huh.
But every time I listen to any of the guys from Diz After Dark or Theme Park Trader, or I think I was listening to Chat Disney earlier, those three, none of them can say it in a British accent. It just doesn't work. It's really funny.
It has to roll with it. Like,
Yeah.
It's very like, "Rah, rah."
Yeah.
So Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opened in Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
It's pretty cute, to be honest.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I think it's a cute ride.
I think it's something that you have to experience. I don't think it's a ride that works well in video.
No, but I think it's a fair view to go look at it if you're not going to be going to Disney World next year.
Agreed.
I do have to say quickly, just before we talk about the ride, because you mentioned it earlier on, when we were talking about Chapek and everything.
Yeah.
But the opening ceremony for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, they had all the characters out.
Yes.
But they were all animatronic characters.
Donald and Daisy
were
were terrifying.
Were
I
so
hated it.
weird.
Kate, I watched it and I was like horrified at Donald and Daisy because they were terrifying. And then I made Breffney watch it and I was like, look at their beaks, watch them. It's so creepy. I hated it.
I was sitting there and I was like, what's wrong with Donald and Daisy?
God, I hated it.
And then I went to Ed, I was like, oh my god, I was like, they're the animatronic heads. I was like,
I hate it.
I was like, Mickey and Minnie, you don't notice the difference because they're like in their cheeks, so you don't notice it because their lips just move up and down. But because Donald and Daisy have those massive mallard beaks, like it's so weird.
I hate it.
And the fact they had to like reproportion their eyes to like fit in the fact that their beaks had to move.
Oh, I hate it.
It was weird.
Oh, not a fan. No bueno.
No, I didn't like it either. That was one thing I had to say is like maybe never knock them out again. They don't
Please.
need to talk.
No, I hated it. I hated
They're
every
ducks.
second of that.
They're good. They're G.
But
But yeah, I do have to say I do quite like because if any of you watch Tim Tracker is in love with this ride. He's been on it like 20 times to see all of the different hidden Mickeys in it, which is really interesting. But I do have to say I do think the use of like the changing of scenes and everything is quite
that looks
interesting.
really cool.
And from what basically listening from Tim and Jen Tracker is that it does make you feel like you are inside a cartoon.
Yeah.
Which I guess is the aim of the ride, to be honest.
Absolutely. I don't know. My main issue with it is that Minnie just like kicks Pluto and then slams him in a boot, which I'm not a big fan of.
I didn't even notice that.
Well, of course I would notice.
Yeah.
I was like, I hate this. Also, like, I only went on the Great Movie Ride once, so like I don't have a massive like
connection with
it, but I feel like they could have done this anywhere. I don't feel like this had to be in the Chinese theater.
Yeah, like people were saying that it is gonna go into Toontown in Disneyland Resort, and everyone was like, it will make the El Capitan. It will make perfect sense in Toontown.
Yeah,
because it's like,
Toontown.
Hey, you're in Toontown, get inside this cartoon. But in the El Capitan in Disney World, it kind of just sticks out.
In the El Capitan?
No.
In the Chinese theater.
Yeah, I don't know what I said.
There is an El Capitan theater in LA though.
Yeah, sorry, I just got so confused. In the Chinese theater, it just doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
I remember when it came out, me and Sinead were talking about it, and I really do wonder if it would have made more sense for them to just update the Great Movie Ride.
Yeah, because like their agreement with Time Warner Classics that it was initially was kind of going, and I get that, but like they could have done some different things if they had just waited. Think of all the Fox stuff that they could chuck into it now.
Yeah, just like think
Do you know
of
what I mean?
everything they own.
I don't know.
I mean, it's done now, and they're not going to change it for a while.
Yeah. It's not a bad ride.
No,
but
it's not. And people are saying that it's really good. Like, literally anybody can ride it. You can have
Yeah.
a baby
Oh, yeah.
on it. It's a trackless ride.
It's the first Mickey and Minnie ride.
Yeah, it is. Like, it's a bunch of accomplishments. We're not
Yeah.
saying it's bad. Like, a bunch of people in comments of YouTube videos, like, the Imagineers have, like, really outdone themselves. Like, it's an amazing feat for what they've managed to achieve.
Big time.
From changing it over from the Great Movie Ride to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think it's something that you have to see to believe.
Yeah. I don't know. I think personally, out of all the things that have changed from the last time I was in Disney World to whenever I'll go again, I don't know if it will be within my top 5.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to go on it if I was in Disney World.
Oh yeah,
You know what I
definitely
mean?
go on it. Like, and I'd queue for it.
Oh yeah.
And you can get fast passes for it, so why not?
Exactly. So next up, lads, we're in the final countdown.
It's the final countdown. 14 days. 14 days.
So Disney Plus is coming to Europe. I've already signed up for the year at $59.99. Have you signed up for the year?
Yes, I have. I have to, just quickly, interesting note. The crossover from Disney Life to Disney Plus is awful. I had to, so they haven't amalgamated the two systems.
Right.
So they let me sign up for Disney, because I wanted it for $59.99. Obviously you want it cheaper. So I went to go sign up for Disney Plus, but I used my Disney Life login.
Yeah.
And it was like, this doesn't exist. So I signed up for Disney Plus with my Disney Life login, like with my email and everything. And it was like, yeah, cool. But I remember when I signed up for my Disney Life, it made me use my Disney account that I had set up with Disneyland Paris and Walt Disney World.
Oh, okay.
So it's like Disney Plus is something completely different.
Oh, interesting.
It's like a completely different database and server base, which I find quite interesting.
Interesting.
But it meant that I cancelled my Disney Life because I didn't want to continue paying.
I've just reminded Bref to do his now.
Yeah, so I cancelled my Disney Life first. But it's so stupid because they're like, why are you leaving? And I'm like, because your system's not going to exist in a month.
Yeah.
It's like they just completely forgot about Disney Life.
Yeah.
It feels a bit piss poor, to be honest, because Disney Life was like the
baby of it.
Yeah, it was the
Test run.
The test run of it, and they've just like left it in the dust, and they're like, oh fuck you guys, bye, you're off to America.
Yeah.
So, and they haven't given anything for anyone who was originally with Disney Life. It feels a bit bad on Disney's behalf, whatever. So I cancelled it, but it was like, why are you leaving? And it was like, I was like, I'm going to your other service, you idiots. So I closed that, and that's fine. And I actually still have Disney Life until like the 12th or something.
Okay.
So I only have like 12 days where I don't have access to unlimited Disney content. And then I signed up for Disney Plus, and now I have it. It's there waiting for me. Also, BT Dubs. BT Dubs, if anyone is signing up for the pre-sale of Disney Plus, they take your money right away.
Yes, they do.
They don't wait till the 24th.
No, but they won't refresh it. Like, you won't have to pay again until the 24th next year.
Correct.
So, just some things to make of note. So, the lovely Ryan from Theme Park Trader wrote an article for Inside Magic about what is going to be available on day one. So the big thing that most people were having an absolute conniption about was whether it was going to have The Simpsons or not, because obviously The Simpsons is in contract with Sky and Channel 4 and stuff like that. So, but they have announced that seasons 1 to 30 will be available from release day.
Over 600 episodes.
Yeah.
Isn't that mental?
That's mad.
And I love that I got it. You probably got it as well, but they sent out like specialized emails that were like, Simpsons is coming to Disney Plus Ireland. Like, it was so specific. You were like, oh, okay.
Yeah. The whole Marvel Cinematic Universe is also going to be available. There are 3 movies that won't be available, though. There is The Incredible Hulk, the original one, which is not Disney made, which is fair enough. Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home will not be available either.
I say they're just waiting. Or is it because they're
not
Sony?
Disney? Yeah, I'd say it's because of the Sony issue.
Damn it.
The Mandalorian will still be released weekly, so one thing to bear in mind.
But by the time it's caught up, will be
Yeah.
the same as America.
Yeah.
Just FYI for anyone who's just...
But all Star Wars movies will be available from day one. So if you just want to like go and rewatch the whole saga, you will be able to.
Fox? Because Fox?
What are you talking about?
Did Fox make the original ones?
No, but Disney have the rights for them now.
Oh.
Because they bought Lucasfilm.
Yeah, but I remember we couldn't sell the DVD. It was such a time, remember?
Yeah, but I think that was a distribution thing. But either way, all the movies will be available. Some notable things which will be available, which are Fox related. Home Alone, all the Home Alone movies. Happy Days.
Good stuff.
Brett's going to be very excited. Mrs. Doubtfire is going to be available.
That's a great movie.
Mrs. Doubtfire is outstanding.
Let's not lie here.
Ice Age movies will be available. My dad will be real pleased. My dad has...
Does he like Ice Age?
My dad has an irrational love for the Ice Age movies.
Why?
He owns all of the DVDs.
That's good.
All of them.
That's so unexpected.
Right? Sister Act and also Avatar will be available on Disney Plus. I haven't watched Avatar since I saw it in the cinema.
Avatar makes sense.
So I might need to watch that. So where the US failed to have some more recent live action movies to its launch, the UK will be launching with The Lion King and Aladdin, right? As well as also Beauty and the Beast, the live action one as well.
They're all crap movies, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. There is a very full list of everything that's going to be available, particularly for Marvel. All the Star Wars movies. I'm gonna link this article in the show notes because this literally links absolutely everything that is going to be available on Disney Plus, broken down by categories. It's an obscene list. What I will recommend that is going to be available on it, and I'll recommend, it's also on Disney Life, so if you have that in the meantime, if you're looking for something Irish to watch on Paddy's Day, go give Darby O'Gill and the Little People a watch, because it's the most terrifying Disney movie you will ever watch.
Is it on Disney Life?
It's on Disney Life.
Wow.
It is truly terrifying, and if you were Irish, you'll probably remember from your childhood and the Banshee giving you nightmares. And if you're not Irish, you get to see what the original Disney Banshee was.
I don't like Banshee.
Well done. You are welcome.
Just something else to say about Disney Plus. There has been some mini controversies. Oh my god, she not
Ooh.
wow. About a couple of things. So they were making a Love, Simon series, but they've moved it to Hulu because to explore other themes.
Okay.
And then Hilary Duff announced on Twitter that she wanted Disney to move the Lizzie McGuire series that they're making over to Hulu so that Lizzie can explore more adult related issues. So yeah, it seems to be a bit weird. There's been a lot of articles released recently where they're saying that Disney Plus still doesn't really know what it wants to be.
Yeah.
Because apparently when Disney Plus came out, they wanted it, so this is in like the American setting, that they wanted it to be on the other side of PG-13, so like closer to like 15s kind of thing. But everything that they've released on Disney Plus has really been PG. Like, disregarding Star Wars, I want to probably say, because Mandalorian's quite violent. But like in other stuff, they've not really explored any other issues that aren't Disney like related. And I thought that was the whole point of doing like a grown-up Lizzie McGuire and a TV show about the LGBT community and like youth teens. And I was like, I thought that was like the whole point, but I guess not, because obviously some of the stuff they wanted to do for the Lizzie McGuire show, Disney have come back and said you can't put that on Disney Plus. So
Yeah.
I don't know where we're at. There was a whole thing where apparently they stopped filming for Lizzie McGuire, but then apparently that was just a rumor, and one of the guys on set came back and was like, we were filming yesterday, I don't know what's wrong, like I don't know where these rumors are coming from. So something small but also kind of interesting. Also, I cannot wait to watch High School Musical, the musical, the series. Just
Is that going to be your first watch?
probably.
Do you know what mine will probably be? The Imagineering
New
story again.
Yeah.
And not having to deal with weird French subtitles at the bottom
And
of it.
like high quality, like.
Yeah. I loved the Imagineering series so much that I can't wait to watch it again.
Yeah, because High School Musical, the musical, the series is something I'm going to watch by myself.
Yeah.
I'll probably watch the Imagineering story from the beginning with Ed.
Yeah.
Because we watch a lot of Defunctland on YouTube, and he loves that stuff. So I know he's going to love the Imagineering story because it's the same sort of thing. And obviously, I'm already watching.
I'm probably still going to I actually don't think I ever finished the Mandalorian.
Oh, really? We definitely finished it.
I don't think I did.
It was-
I think it was getting too difficult to find it, so I was like, I'm going to just wait.
Oh, fair. That's okay.
It was getting up to Christmas and then crap happened. And
When we reach the point of the second season, we might rewatch the whole. 'Cause it's good to watch it. I
Yeah.
think it's good to watch it all together
Gives you context.
because the episodes are so like not short, but like it's a weirdly done series a little bit. So I think binge watching them all is a good way to go.
Yeah. So, second last thing that we wanted to cover.
Is
Onward.
Yeah,
Onward got released at the weekend. I went to go see it on Saturday. When did you go see it?
on Saturday.
Ooh, fun.
We were actually both in the cinema at the same time
Ooh, where did you go see it?
in Cineworld.
Ooh,
I saw it at 4 p.m. and you saw it at like 20 to 5.
4:50 to be exact.
10 to 5. Damn, I was off by 10 minutes. So yeah, we were
Um,
actually both in the cinema at the same time.
Quick question: was your cinema screening busy?
It was moderately busy. There was let me tell you a quick story, right? So this has nothing to do with Disney, just a story. So obviously coronavirus, COVID-19, everyone, you want to be the more sanitary. So me and Ed got to our seats and there was a couple behind us and your man had his foot up on the seat, which, okay, he was obviously comfortable, and to be honest, like, you probably rest your foot against the seat, it's fine. But when someone sits down in front of you,
You move.
I expect you to move your foot. So Ed sat down, so it was on Ed's seat, and he didn't move his foot, and I was like,
Oh, rude.
I was like, I'm not having this. So I turned around and I was like, sorry, do you mind just putting your foot down?
Yeah.
Because we're sitting here now. And he was like, oh, and moved his foot, and that was fine. Then they started talking, it was a couple, and they started talking Spanish. And I was like, oh, they were 100% bitching about me. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't care, whatever.
That's fine.
2 minutes later, my friend who I used to work in the Disney store, Danielle, came and sat in front of me. And I was like, oh, so Danielle is from Mexico. And I have this thing with Danielle that I only speak 2 lines of Spanish to him because that's all the Spanish I know. And I turned around to him and I was like, oh, Danielle, hola, amigo, ¿qué pasa? Like, in this so loudly in Spanish.
Yeah.
And literally 2 seconds later, behind me, all I heard was like something like Espanol. And I was like, yeah, bitches, I speak Spanish. I was like, yeah, I heard you're bitching about me.
Oh my god.
I was like, oh, it's so funny. Anyway, what a coincidence. He literally sat right in front of me.
Oh, I love Danielle.
Yes, that was fun. Anyway, go back. Yeah, our screen was moderately full. I did ask Ed to book tickets beforehand. One, because we know where our seats are. We like our seats. But I was like, oh, because it's the first weekend of a Pixar release, it's probably going to be really busy.
Yeah.
An hour before, there was like 10 seats booked. But when we went in, I'd say a lot of people didn't pre-book them. Because when we went in, I'd say it was maybe like just under a half full.
Dundrum was quiet.
Yeah. I thought it would be quieter.
The Dundrum, we were in screen 5, so we were in one of the downstairs ones. Wasn't in the Mez, which I found interesting because normally any new Disney or Pixar releases in Dundrum Cinema, they put them into the big screen for at least the first weekend.
Yeah.
Because me and Breffney are snobs now and always book the Mez tickets because they're like €2 more expensive and it's much nicer and you're not near children. But we had to slum it with the plebs this time. And there it was less than a quarter full.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised.
It was very quiet.
It was, see, I wonder if we'd have gone later on in the evening, if it had been a lot quiet, because we went at 4 o'clock on a Saturday. I wonder, was that the only reason? And like, it's the one in the middle of the city centre, so maybe that might have had something to play. But it was a lot busier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But it was also a lot quieter than an opening weekend Pixar movie.
Yeah.
Because I remember going to see Incredibles during opening weekend, and that was nearly sold out.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, a lot of it is probably to do with the coronavirus, but I also wonder if it's also due to the fact that the trailers for this were crap.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't really know anything about Onward before I went in, because ever since I've stopped working in the Disney store, I try not to get heavily invested in stuff.
Me too.
Because I know how much more fun it is watching a movie and not knowing what's going to happen.
Here, I can already tell you 10,000 facts and I already know the soundtrack.
Yeah, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've listened to this scene 20,000 times. So, yeah, I was actually pleasantly surprised by Onward. The marketing for it definitely doesn't do it justice.
Not at all.
The marketing is very poor.
The marketing makes it look like a shitty DreamWorks movie.
Yeah, it's like, well, fun, crazy, and it's not.
No.
It is a really heartfelt family movie with family values really in the core, and it's so emotional, and it's funny in places, like it's funny in the right places and emotional in other places. It's the first ever Pixar LGBTQ plus character. It's got so much in it.
Which has it banned in several countries, which I just can't.
For like, and it's such like a small
It's
thing.
such a throwaway line.
Yeah, like you wouldn't even notice.
No.
I said it to Ed and he was like, oh, who was that? I was like, oh, the police woman. He was like, oh, actually, yeah, you're right. I kind of remember her saying that now.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a, do you know what I mean?
I hate people.
But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I cried twice.
Twice?
Twice.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a time.
Okay.
It was
I only cried once.
I was about to say, well...
We won't spoil it.
Yeah, I was like, I can say when, but I'll
We'll
just
keep it
spoil
spoiler
it.
free.
But yeah, I have to say, I quite enjoyed it. The fact that I thought, because Tom Holland and Chris Pratt are such well-known voices to me, I thought it would ruin it. For the first bit, all I could hear was Chris Pratt.
I have an observation on that.
But it kind of dissipated for me.
I wish they had just bit the bullet and hired Jack Black, because all he did was be Jack Black.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
They should have just got Jack Black.
Jack Black would have been great.
The entire character of Barley was Jack Black.
No, you're right,
And no one will convince me otherwise. And it's a comment that Breffney made. He was like, why didn't Disney just hire Jack Black instead of getting Chris Pratt to play Jack Black? I was like, exactly.
No, yeah, that's a really good point. Like, a really good point.
Like,
never crossed my mind.
frustrating. Also, another character that reminded me of someone else is the ma'am in this is your ma'am.
With the hair.
Like, to a T. The ma'am in this is your ma'am. I was like, oh, it's Elise.
She was a bit gas, wasn't she?
But like, I was watching it and I was like, this is just Kate ma'am.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. This was the thing that I wouldn't tell you beforehand that I wanted to get your reaction of.
Yeah, no, she's a gas character. I really like the not the Minotaur. It's not called the Minotaur. The Minotaur. The Manticore.
She was great.
She was fab.
Loved her.
She was like woman power. I have to say there was a lot of strong female characters in this movie.
Loved it.
Like, even though the two leads were males, it was a really good movie. It had it actually really did have the Pixar feels. I'm gonna be honest, it didn't feel like a Pixar movie.
No.
But it had the Pixar feels, and it was an enjoyable movie.
Yes.
It had so many like family core values. I can't get over it.
Yeah.
Like, it was a blended family. They had a stepdad. Like, it was all about brotherly love. Talked about, it's just, yeah.
The stepdad's horse laugh was
oh my god. And then
my favourite thing.
And then when they take the piss out of him.
And when he takes his hair down and
yeah.
runs.
Funny.
Cannot handle it.
Gas movie.
What would you give it out of 5?
Solid 4.
Yeah, I gave it 4.
I'd watch it again. Like, at the end of the movie, I was like, I'd watch this movie again.
Oh, actually, one thing that me and Breffney did after watching it, which I wonder if I can find it on this, we decided to rank things.
Sorry. Just pause for a second, just in the podcast, and just, can we all just appreciate how fucking crazy Sinead and Breffney are as a couple?
So, It started out because we wanted to see where
If you
Onward...
guys could see what's currently in front of me.
Let me give you context for it. So we wanted to see, we were chatting about Onward, and we wanted to see where Onward would fit in our pick of Pixar movies, and it's pretty bang smack in the middle for both of us. It's middle, kind of slightly to the bottom of the list. And then we were like, oh, but we could also rate princess movies. Oh, but we could also rate Disneyland Paris rides. Can we have a minute for how high up Hyperspace Mountain is on Breffney's list?
For the thing that he couldn't ride ever again.
Well, no.
I'm sorry,
But-
Love Boats.
I couldn't think of the name. But he put Big Thunder last, which made me a little sad.
Oh, that's fair.
But yeah, Onward was kind of middle, slightly bottom middle for both of us.
I like how you both have Onward and then The Good Dinosaur.
Yeah, I mean, they're both good movies.
Brave is your number one Pixar movie?
I love Brave.
Wow.
Yeah.
Above Coco.
Only very slightly. Like, Brave is
Ratatouille is very far down Brett's list.
I know. I think I think if I had gone back 2-3 years ago, I don't think Ratatouille would be as high in my list. I think Disneyland Paris has majorly increased my love for Ratatouille.
La France.
La France.
Ah oui.
Although...
What's at the bottom of Brett's list? Cars 2! I love... You put Finding Dory at the bottom?
I hated Finding Dory. I did not like it at all.
Where's the first car? Scroll up.
The first Cars is within... It's pretty high up mine.
Oh, okay, I'll take it.
It's not so much about but he's...
I'm sorry, he put Cars below The Good Dinosaur.
Yeah.
What a monster.
Bref doesn't like cars. He loves cars, like actual physical cars.
Like vrums.
but the movie he's not so much a fan of.
That's just...
And I also put Monsters University ahead of Monsters Inc. Purely because Monsters University was one of the first big campaigns that was
Right.
on while I was in the Disney store, and I'll have really fond memories of it because of that.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
But maybe we'll get Kate to do one of these lists and we'll add you to...
Add me to the Excel sheet.
We'll add you to the spreadsheet. But anyways, going back. I also would give Onward a 4. I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Can we talk about the thing that we both hated though?
The short before it.
I hated it. Part of why I adore going to a Pixar movie is because of the short ahead of it. There's not a single Pixar short that I don't absolutely love. And we got this fucking piece of shit Simpsons thing.
It was I know you're not too fond of The Simpsons now, but I still love The Simpsons, right? So this is coming from someone who still loves The Simpsons. This short was crap.
I hated it every second of it.
There was no talking in it because obviously it's cheaper to have a short without having to pay voice actors. So okay, whatever. But both Marge and Homer were in it, and they didn't say a word. And it was just so bad.
It was so creepy.
It wasn't funny. It didn't feel like The Simpsons.
It was creepy. Stop assuming that little babies should date. I hated it.
The only bit I liked was when they were on the train and the train just leave background.
That was quite funny.
That was quite funny. But apart from that, it was just crap.
I hated it.
What a waste of animators' time.
Yeah.
Okay, from a Disney perspective, it's the first movie they've put out that they can put this in front of.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck it. Simpsons is so huge. We have to inaugurate it into the Disneyverse somehow. I guess it was made sense for them, but I can't believe it was so crap.
I hated it.
I would have thought they would have put something, if they were gonna do a Simpsons short, that they, I don't know, when they made that little video where they took the piss out of themselves.
So good.
That
so
was
much
hilarious. Do you know what I mean? I thought they would have just put in a bit more effort than, let's give Maggie a boyfriend.
I hated it.
It was
Hated
really
every
bad.
second of it.
I didn't like it.
I would give that 0 out of 10.
-1.
Hate it. So that's everything for the news. Good grief.
Yes. It's pretty much everything, Sinead.
Except for one thing.
You know what today is?
Today's Tuesday.
You know what that means? It's Special Guest Tuesday times 4. We missed a month's worth of videos.
We did.
So, in reverse order, from 4 weeks ago, we had Horace and Clarabelle.
Yes.
Then we had Cloppin.
Who was on Mardi Gras, so he was on theme, which I appreciate.
I'm glad you put his name down there because I did not know his name. For ages, I was like, who is this? Then we had Mrs. Incredible, just by herself chilling.
Solo.
And then today we had Max and Goofy, which we'd complain about, but only for the fact that coronavirus hit and they've had a big character shake-up. I'm actually going to let them away with it.
Yeah. And it's rare that you get to see Max in his regular outfit. So
yeah, he's always got something themed.
Yeah.
And you know what? Max and Goofy together are a grand old time.
And Goofy had a little quick change before he came.
You know, that little quick turnaround.
It's all good. It's all good. one thing we did want to mention, so if you follow us on Instagram, you've probably seen us talking about it to the nth degree. But we're having like little Disney Pal drinks if any of you want to come along. It's going to be on April 3rd at 7 p.m. in Sinnett's Bar, which is just off Grafton Street. If you want any more details or to let us know or that you're going to go or whatever it might be, drop us over a DM on Instagram at MickeyWafflesPod, and we hope to see you there.
So, to end off the show today, thanks for sticking with us for so long, guys. I mean, well, you've missed 4 weeks of us, so I suppose this isn't actually that bad. We asked you guys to send us a couple of questiones on Instagram, just to get back into the swing of saying hi, because we actually got a couple new followers over the past couple of weeks.
Oh, hey!
Due to the fact that we've been non-existent on podcasts, we've been trying our best with the old Instagram.
Yeah.
Trying to remind people that we're still alive. So to start with, we have Disney loving Emma, who asked us our favourite female characters from the classics.
So I put up the question post on International Women's Day. So this was in relation to International Women's Day. But it also goes back to something that we did on Wednesday. So the past 2 weeks we've done hashtag Mickey Waffles Wednesday.
Get involved.
Where we ask you a question. It could be a question that you want us to answer, or it could be like what we did last week where we had everybody pick their 4 favourite female characters, and then we shared everybody's answers. It was a real varied bundle for the most part.
Yeah, Rapunzel was there a lot.
Yeah, Belle was the top one, and then it was Rapunzel, and then Mary, Moana, and Merida.
Mary and who?
Mary, Moana, and Merida. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, who are your favourite characters from the classics? What are we counting as classics? Are we talking like older Disney movies?
Well, it has to be the classic, like the numbered classics, because if Rapunzel's not on my list, then I might as well not be here. Okay. Rapunzel, because I'm a basic white bitch apparently.
Well, if the shoe fits.
Yeah, no, obviously female what? No, obviously Rapunzel is at the very height of my list. Oh, but now I'm thinking like, oh, maybe not classics, because you know who I really support?
Who? And
she's not in the classics is the mom from Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, okay.
Patch's wife.
Alright.
She was the first ever pregnant character in a Disney movie.
Oh, wow.
And there was no need for her to be pregnant. Like,
but she was pregnant.
It didn't add anything to the story. Like, she had her baby by the end of the movie. But man, that woman she's like, go, Patcha, go! Like, save our house.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a strong woman. Okay. That's not a classic, but sorry, I broke the rules there.
Is Emperor's New Groove not a classic?
No, I don't think so.
I feel like it is.
Let me check. You tell me yours, I'll come back.
Okay. See, I don't really know necessarily where to go with this. I'm gonna pick Maleficent, because she's like a classic. Like, that's from way back in the day. I think she is fantastic. I'm in no way, shape or form referring to live action Maleficent. We won't go down that path again. But yeah, Maleficent, she's great. OG fab Disney villain. Is evil just for the sake of being evil. Crashes in on christenings. Happy days. Love her. I'm also gonna pick. Ooh, who else should I pick? I'm gonna pick Tiana.
Oh, Tiana's a good one.
I love Tiana. I think she's a great role model. She's a hard worker. She worked for what she wanted. She wasn't just handed everything like Lottie in her movie. And yeah, I'm going to go with Maleficent and Tiana.
Emperor's New Groove is a classic.
There you go.
It's post-Renaissance film number 3, released in 2000.
There you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fab. If you want to see the other 4 that we picked, sorry, Kate has her hand up.
Meet the Robinsons is also a classic, so I'm going to go with the man from that movie as well.
Oh, okay.
The man from that movie is fantastic.
Alright.
She is a proper, like, I'm going to keep this family in check.
All the mammies.
Yep.
If you want to see the other 4 that we picked the last time we went through it, because I think only one of mine was from one of the classics, Megara. The rest weren't, and I even had a park pick. And I was the only person that picked a park character, which made me a little sad. But that's on the highlights on our Instagram page under Mickey Buff Wednesday.
Indeed. Next question.
Yeah. So next question is from Chris, which is chris.vdhoorn. And he asked us a very simple question. Show yourself or Into the Unknown?
Such a hard question for me, because I love this whole soundtrack.
I'm just going Into the Unknown because I only watched Frozen the one time. I haven't listened to the soundtrack because I don't care to. And the odd time I'll start singing Into the Unknown. So I'm going to go with that.
I quite like Show Yourself because Show Yourself is where Elsa is having a sing-song with her mom.
Yeah.
And it's quite cute. And it's also the bit where she goes, ah, and she like sings out into the world. Yeah. So I'm going to go with Show Yourself.
Okay, fab.
Thanks for that question. Real split divide there, Chris. Thanks so much. Samantha?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the funniest part. Samantha.
I'll see if I can find it.
So Samantha, the.girl.in.the.castle, wow, I did that quite quickly,
Well done.
asked us what our thoughts of the Frozen season are. It's shit.
Yeah. I don't think it's worth it.
It's really crap. If any of you are YouTube watchers, Adam Hatton has just released his first vlog from when he went to Disneyland Paris with Gary, and they saw the Frozen parade, and you can see how excited they are before it happens.
Because he is a Frozen stan.
And then you can see how they talk about it afterwards.
Yeah.
And he's like, would I come to Disneyland Paris just for the parade? No. Because, to be honest, it's quite disappointing. You don't even get to meet Anna and Elsa. It's a really piss poor take on a season when you look at what they've done with all of the season.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents on it.
I agree. I don't think it's worth it. If I was a family and I booked an entire trip because of the Frozen season, I'd be pissed.
I would be very annoyed because we've talked about it before, but just to recap because you've not been here for a while, like it was marketed as a huge thing, and they were like, Frozen, 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 Frozen. But like all the good stuff is stuff that's there anyway.
Yeah.
So I do think that the Olaf meet and greet and the show and animation celebration are good.
Yeah.
But they're there when Frozen Celebration's not on. Like, during Season of Superheroes, it's going to happen. And down at Christmas and everything, you're still going to be able to see these things.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be Frozen season. So, yeah, that's it. I really do think that Anna and Elsa need a meet and greet to make this season anywhere near worth it.
Yeah, I agree. And then the last one is from Jessie R. Doyle. And she has asked, what do we think Disney should do regarding COVID-19?
That's a really heavy.
Yeah.
I am a sign language interpreter. I am only 20.
I
am not trained for this.
My take on it is, I think what they are doing at the minute is probably the best course of action that they can take. The parks that were in severely affected areas have been shut and have been deep cleaned and everything like that, and they are trialing reopening them as it has kind of contained itself a little bit over in those areas. I think as for Disneyland Paris, I think the steps that they have taken in removing face characters and trying to limit the amount of people being stuck in really contained areas altogether. Yes, the obvious kind of thing could be for them to just shut the park, but at the end of the day, Disney's a business and that would massively affect them overall. So they're realistically, for Land, World and Paris, they're not going to do that unless they absolutely have to.
Yeah.
However, what I would like to see is if the Disney parks took the same approach as the Disney Cruise Line, and if for families that are traveling that potentially have somebody that is more susceptible to it, that is older, that has pre-existing health conditions and is more susceptible to COVID-19 being detrimental to their health, I think they should adopt what Disney Cruise Line is doing, that you can cancel up to a certain point, maybe not 24 hours.
Yeah, maybe like a week.
Yeah, if you can cancel a week before you go, you still have your amount of money. They're not issuing refunds. That amount of money is there for you to book within the next 12 months. I think that would be better guest service than what's happening now, because at the minute I don't think they're doing anything to help people change their times or anything like that as far as I've seen online. I can't speak for exacts on that, but that's what I would like to see them doing, is offering that option for people. But I think from my standpoint, I think they're doing everything they can.
Yeah, I would agree. Personally, just from a personal perspective, I'm just like, shut it down. Just because you can't have cases where people aren't together. But also, I 100% see where they come from a business. And also, the French government came out and said that they hadn't issued like a ban on Disneyland Paris because it's not a confined space. Like, Disneyland Paris is so open that people aren't shoved into 1,000 people being really close together. So yeah, like ideally you just want them to close because you can't have community spread where there is no community. But also Paris and France hasn't gotten to that pandemic stage yet where they do have to have a full shutdown. So I mean, I guess they are just doing the best that they can. I do also agree that they should be I do think their like nature of goodwill should come out a bit more here.
Yeah.
Like they should be looking at it from the guest perspective a bit more, that there is a virus globally spreading that we don't know everything about, and some people just want to protect their family, and Disney are like, well, we've not actually cancelled anything, so fuck you.
Yeah.
Which is what's currently happening. So I would like them to show a bit more compassion, but it might take a couple of weeks for that to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. In fairness, there's a reason why Bob Chapek and the likes get paid so much money, because it's their problem to figure it out.
Yep.
Not ours.
Good old Bob Chapek. I'd say he's delighted that he's become CEO.
What a time.
Month of coronavirus. Here we go.
What a time to take over. But anyways, I think that's everything for this week. Man, this was a long episode, but it's nice being back.
Yeah, it is.
I've enjoyed it.
I had so much to say about Magic Happens. I just wanted to get it out into the world.
Oh my god, such a good parade. Go watch it. Oh, I actually want to watch it now. But yeah, check us out on Instagram at Mickey Waffles Pod. We are back to regularly posting on there, so go give us a follow. We love meeting new Disney pals, and if you do want to come to the meetup on the 3rd of April, there is information about that up on our Instagram highlights as well.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Just to finally say, wash your hands. Wash your hands.
Wash your hands and sing Let It Go.
Oh yeah, fantastic. That's your takeaway bite from the day, ladies and gentlemen.
And on that note, we shall bid you adieu.
Bye guys.
Bye.